the news. I saw it in the news. What are the odds that you saw it too? What are the odds? What are the odds? Hey, Tony P, what are the odds?
Hey, what is going on, everybody? Dragon Con's in 2 days, and I'm freaking out. I gotta hit the road. What's today? At the time of this recording, it is... Dude, what day is it? I don't even know. It's Tuesday. Yeah, it's Tuesday. That's it. That's a day of the week, right? It is Tuesday. It's late, middle of the day, Tuesday afternoon. Wrapping up work. Got a day off work tomorrow. But then Thursday morning, hitting the road. Might leave Wednesday night. Point is, if you know anything about Dragon Con at all, we're panicking. I say we, I mean myself and my personalities, but also everybody else. Everybody else that is going. It is time to get your stuff together, to get your bags packed. It's time to do this. It's an exciting and stressful time. If you're a Dragon Con person, you know it well. But if you're not, let me explain. Dragon Con is a big sci-fi multimedia pop culture convention in Atlanta, Georgia. I want to say, I've lost count, y'all. This is like my 15th year going, 15, 16. I need to go dig out the badges and do the math. It gets to a point you just quit counting. It's kind of like age. Like, I don't know, whatever. Just doesn't matter anymore. But I've been going for a while. I'm a bit of an OG at this point, kind of the old guy. But clearly that doesn't stop you from getting nervous. For those, again, that don't know, anything you can possibly imagine. It really is like Willy Wonka's chocolate factory. Anything you can imagine, they probably have there. Obviously, like your Marvel and your superheroes and all that stuff. That's a given. That's where everyone's mind usually goes first. They have some celebrities from those things. They have celebrities from, TV shows and old TV shows and current TV shows. Costumes galore. People dress up in, again, anything you can possibly imagine. There's parties, there's fun, there's friends. Not Ross and Chandler. They're not coming. Is that light in the back blinking? I don't know if that means that's like the upside down or something. If you're watching the video on YouTube and Spotify, my little light is kind of blinking, freaking me out. What else? So this convention, even if you're ahead, what a comic book convention is. There's 60, 70,000 people at this one. And it's in downtown Atlanta over like a 5-mile radius, over like 5 hotels and 2 other buildings. It is a madhouse. And in that madhouse, in that chaos, me and some of my friends, we do panels, we make podcasts, we get on stage, we host events. I do a lot of moderating. I get to interview and help in questions and answers with a lot of celebrities. That's a ton of fun to me, but also stressful trying to schedule it, trying to figure it all out. But that's what it is, and that's why I'm panicked, and that's why I'm kind of talking all over the place recording this episode. We will have a story this week, I promise you. But this is my little pre-Dragon Con chit chat. You get to get in my head a little bit about what's going on. Before we go to the story, I'll tell you what's going on. As of right this minute, and that's another thing with Dragon Con, man. Things change constantly. But as of this minute, I'll give you an idea. Thursday night, I'm hosting a comedy show. Funny enough, some friends from Columbus, where I used to live, some other comedians I've met through Dragon Con, we're all getting together. I'm hosting a show, and it's to support the charity for this year. So we tell some jokes. We try to get people to donate money. We have a good time. On Friday, I'm interviewing a bunch of comic book creators. Brian Michael Bendis, who created Miles Morales, a few other characters, all sorts of people who had a hand in creating Spider-Man. So we're celebrating 60 years of Spider-Man, which I'm excited about. It's going to be fun, but it's going to be a lot of people on the panel, and that always is a lot to keep up with. But It's Q&A from the audience, so we'll have a good time there. And then I'm really excited. I get to host a costume contest Friday night, which is actually something I've always wanted to do. When I started getting into moderating, that was one of my goals, and it came to me. They said, hey, we got one Friday with a dude from the Jim Henson Creature Shop TV show. Let's do it. So I get to have some fun and that's the fun part, is interacting with people. So everyone comes out in their costume. These people put in like serious work, man. So, I'm not going to make fun of them. I can't do that, but I can interact and we can have a good time, and I kind of can interview them on the spot. Saturday, a few other things, including, I get to interview Arthur Darvill. If you know anything about Doctor Who, you know Arthur Darvill, but we're talking CW shows. And then a thing called Blood Feud. In fact, not only has there been a Blood Feud, this is the 4th Blood Feud in the history of Blood Feuds. And it's literally any friend of mine that makes a podcast that I regularly interact with, they're all there in this like giant Dungeons and Dragons family feud type game show. Of course, they wanted me to be Steve Harvey. I don't know how I feel about that, but we'll unpack that later. I've actually hosted that show before. It's a lot of fun. And then I also get to talk to some people about Doom Patrol. I think it's going to be Diane Guerrera, who I absolutely love. So I will have to try not to trip over myself if I get a chance to talk to her. So, I'll post pictures. Find me on social media. I'll post some pictures. I'm sure there'll be some more content. My other show, in addition, with some of my friends that are in the Blood Feud, we're talking Dragon Con as well. So that's just what we're doing. But if you're a regular listener, I owe you a story. So here it comes. A curious young seal has been returned to the sea. It's just so it's just the dumbest, there's no transition. Comic book conventions, Dragon Con hosting things. I picked this story last week because I thought it was funny, and I almost used it last week. So I'm just keeping it. It has nothing to do with Dragon Con. There's never been a seal at Dragon Con. Seal sung a song on Batman. That will do that. Speaking of comic books and Batman, A Curious Young Seal, it was A Kiss from a Rose. If you're like, what the hell is he talking about? Seal, Kiss from a Rose, but this is a real seal. Anyway, a curious young seal has been returned to the sea after it broke into a New Zealand home, harassing the cat, hanging out in the hallway for a few hours while the children slept, and miraculously ruining nothing. The Ross family of Mount Maunganui were more than a little surprised to find the New Zealand fur seal in their home. Phil Ross, who just so happens to be a marine biologist, was not home at the time. I feel like the seal knew that. He just happened to go at the time the marine biologist wasn't home. The seal was watching him. He didn't just wander in there. This was a premeditated break-in. The big joke is that it really is the only a family emergency where it would be useful to have a marine biologist in the house. I miss my time to shine. Ross said his wife, Jen, rose just before 6 a.m. to go to the gym. She got into her car. Something barked from underneath the car and shuffled away. She thought it was somebody's dog and didn't think much of it. I've heard seals. They are water dogs, I guess, but they don't sound like dog. They have like I might be thinking walrus. Maybe a seal does sound like a dog. I know a walrus doesn't. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I'm no marine biologist. Anyway, so she left at 6. She heard the thing. She was like, whatever. She went to the gym. She came back an hour later. In her house was a seal. Just sitting there chilling, watching the kids sleep. It got a bit of a fright and humped its way down the hallway into the spare room. I guess that's what you can call that. They kind of like flop around. I wouldn't want to say slither. They don't walk. I guess we'll go with humped. Ross said the seal had managed to make its way through 2 cat flaps. He believed it encountered the family's territorial cat, Coco, just after Jen had left the property. The cat would have gone to defend its territory And obviously the seal wasn't as intimidated as some dogs are. So Coco must have bolted around the house and the seal must have followed her. They just made all that up. They don't know that. All of that was speculative. That cat probably did not give a damn. All you gotta do is go like, the cat runs away. Imagine a seal. A cat doesn't know what a seal is. Jen woke the two children to come see their new pet. They thought it was cool and pretty exciting, but they were totally oblivious to the fact that not many of their friends would have seals come to visit them in their house. And little brats didn't even appreciate. I'd be so hype. Yeah, I live in an apartment. If I had a seal come up 3 flights of steps and somehow get into my house that has no cat flap, I wouldn't even be scared. I'd be taking like selfies and stuff. Probably try to keep it. Anyway, the seal spent time in the spare room and on the couch before Jen managed to usher it out the front door and back into the garden. A ranger turned up at about 10 a.m. to take the seal back to the sea after a busy morning of seal-related calls. What? I need to hear, where's the follow-up? How many calls do you get daily about seals? Anyway, the family nicknamed the seal Oscar. In a long tradition of giving seals that name in the community, it proved to be polite company. And thankfully, per the owner, did not defecate inside. Yeah, it's looking on the bright side. Yeah, well, you're having a bad day, but at least they didn't defecate in the house. Meanwhile, Coco the cat went over to the neighbor's house, and returning to its own home, it refused to go downstairs because according to them, it was clearly pretty traumatized. Again, all speculative. I don't think that cat cared. Ross said it was not unusual to see young seals roaming about in the area because the young ones were beginning to wean and head out on their own. I'm going there. Where's this place with just seals hanging out? New Zealand. That sounds about right. Damn, I want to go there. I want a seal. Anyway, the Department of Conservation recommends staying at least 20 meters away to not make loud noises in their presence and to keep dogs and children well out of their way. In a seal emergency, there is a hotline, 0800-362-468. One of those weird non-US phone numbers that really don't have like a little song or something. I don't know. But anyway, apparently my van is, in case of seal emergency, you want to call 0800-DOC-HOT. Classic Doc Hot. Everybody knows. I feel like that's something they teach you as a kid. If you see a seal, everybody knows. Call Doc Hot for your seal-related emergencies. I'm going to call. Oh, man, it's probably like long distance. I'm not paying extra for that. What else do they handle? Can I call Doc Hot with questions? I'm going to Georgia. I'm going to go to the aquarium. I'm going to go to the Atlanta Aquarium and call 0800-DOC-HOT.